Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. How did you guys like breakfast? I need crickets in the background of that part. I wish I knew how to put crickets in. I like breakfast. We had oatmeal, it was good. Sugar and butter, yummy. Right now we're headed to get our gate. Yay! We're gonna put our gate on our fence, and we're also gonna buy the last 2 panels of the field fencing. We're not putting that up today, but we are buying it, so off we go. Just need 1 roll. Hey, good morning, YouTube. So today is the first day of my challenge in May of cooking from scratch and only going to the grocery store once. I did our big shopping trip on Thursday, and last night my husband got on board. He wasn't totally on board with my idea until yesterday, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna support you. And he went and got he likes to stop at gas stations and get snacks, and I'm like, can we try and not do that this month? And so he got on board and he got his pretzels, and we got a bunch of water bottles last night as well, because I only got 1 case of water bottles, and our water is fine to drink at our house, but we're kind of spoiled and we like having bottled water. But if we run out of the cases of bottled water, it will be fine. We'll just drink the water from our sink. Yeah, so my plan is I chopped and froze 3 bell peppers last night, because bell peppers are something that's going to go bad in the month, I know for sure. And so I chopped and froze 3 of them and reserved 3 of them. I was trying to remember if I ate one. I didn't eat one. I ate a cucumber last night for a snack, but I reserved 3 of them for the first half of the month. And I also froze a bag of broccoli. So I bought these broccoli florets that were you know what? I'm just gonna turn the camera on. Those. And I froze 1 bag of them. I Googled that you could do that and it said it would be just fine. And again, this is for cooking. So here's the cheeses we got. I do have some frozen. And yeah, I think carrots and celery are gonna be fine for the whole month. I really don't think I'm gonna have any problems with that. With cauliflower and parsley and this stuff, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The lettuce won't last all month, but it'll be fine for the first half of the month. All right, and here's my new egg thing. It's so cool. This is something else Ryan purchased. I try and stay away from buying soda because and I'm gonna try this when I make the fried chicken. It looked so yummy, so I bought that to go with it. Here is how our freezer is looking. I went ahead, I was going to do fresh French bread for my husband for his birthday, but I went ahead and bought this because it's already frozen and I don't have to worry about freezing bread. So I've had frozen bread before that you thaw out and it just gets soggy so fast. So I hate to freeze bread. So I decided I'll definitely be making some bread from scratch this month when we run out, because sandwiches are a big staple in our diet. As I mentioned before, that whenever lunchtime comes, we like to do sandwiches a lot. Today, for our first day of cooking from scratch, I am going to make some oatmeal for breakfast for everybody. And then for lunch, we have leftover baked potatoes that we made on Friday. Or was it Thursday? It was Thursday. Our Friday is Thursday. So 2 days ago, and we'll have those baked potatoes for lunch. And for dinner, for my first meal that I'm trying from the new cookbook, Better Homes and Gardens, that my mom gave me, is homemade macaroni and cheese on page 204. And I'm trying to think what sides go well with it. I'm thinking of using that cauliflower in the first day, like chopping some of it. Or maybe doing some salad, because I have lettuce and I think that I should use the lettuce up quickly too. I also have canned green beans. I don't know if that's cheating. Green beans always goes good with macaroni and cheese, but anyway, so I'm thinking of doing canned green beans with the homemade macaroni and cheese. I'll keep you posted on what the actual meal is, and I'll have it in this video. this will be all one. I just want to say good morning and let you know how I'm feeling. I feel really good and really proud of my budgeting and menu planning. So I'm feeling confident so far, but this is just day one. So let's see how this goes. All right, talk to you soon. Another thing that will be in this video, we are getting our gate up for our fence. So this will be Fencing Adventures Part 3. We are going to go ahead and buy a gate from Tractor Supply. Ryan was thinking about, he got metal and he was thinking about welding one, but the metal is very heavy that we got. It was for free, so it was going to be a great deal, but we don't want the gate to be so heavy. So we're thinking we're just going to purchase the gate. I think he said they were $150. So we're just going to purchase a gate that's pre-made and attach it today. So I'm really looking forward to that. And we're also going to be purchasing the last 2 panels of our fencing. We're not putting fencing up today. We're just purchasing it so we have it here for whenever we have a weekend that we don't have too many projects going. We can put those last 2 panels up. And we don't have to have them. It's field fencing. And our neighbors on both sides of us have barbed wire fencing up, and it works perfect to keep cows in. Their cows have never gotten in our yard, our neighbors' cows. They're great about keeping their cows. Cows that get in our yard, I have no idea whose cows they are. They just randomly roam our town sometimes, and so it's not our neighbors' cows. But anyway, their fencing is great, and it works great, but we wanted to get field fencing to maybe try and deter coyotes a little more and see if it helps. I think they can totally dig under if they want, and I think if they're skinny enough, they can pop through, I don't know, like the bottom squares are really small in field fencing, but as it gets higher and higher, the field fencing we purchased, the squares get bigger and bigger, so I'm not sure if it could like squeeze through, and I'm sure raccoons can get through. Ryan said we have raccoons here. I've never seen a raccoon here. I have seen badgers here, and badgers can dig super fast and dig under anything. So it won't keep badgers out. If they want to get in, they'll get in. But I think it will deter a lot of things because, like, I don't know, it's kind of a lot of work to dig in somewhere to even know if there's anything in there because our animals we're keeping a little closer to the house. So anyway, that's what else we're doing today. We are getting, so I don't know if going to Tractor Supply counts as going to a store, but I'm definitely going to be going to Tractor Supply throughout this month. I did think about getting all of my animal supplies on my big shopping trip, but I decided I didn't want to shop anymore that day. It was a lot of shopping, and I want to wait until the baby chicks hatch anyways or get close to hatching before I buy a 50-pound bag of chick feed. I do have game starter for the quail, but I don't have chicken starter for all of those eggs I'm going to be incubating. And so far we have 46 eggs to incubate. I'm hoping if we get 10 today, then I'm going to set them tonight. But we've been getting an average of 6 eggs a day. So we probably won't get 10 eggs. We'll probably get 6 eggs today. But if we got 10, I would go ahead and start them in the chicken incubator. And this is our experiment. This incubator will hold chicken eggs, and it is doing okay. It fluctuates in its temperature more than I like, so I didn't want to do my quail in this incubator. But we bought this new incubator, and we're doing our quail in this incubator. I'm really excited about that. And this incubator I've been so happy with. It's been running for a week now, and the temperature, I decided to put the temperature up. Oh, it was at 100. I need to add some more water, but it's been holding temperature really well. Of course, when I go to show you, it's at 100.5, but it has been staying consistent at 100 for a long time. It's also really warm in my house right now, so that could be another reason. But anyway, we're trying to see if last year, if my hatch rate was poor because of my own personal, how I stored the eggs and how long I stored the eggs, seeing if it was my fault that the hatch didn't have a good hatch rate, or if it's incubator. And so, in theory, shipped eggs, because the quail are going to be shipped eggs, should have a lower hatch rate than eggs that I just got on my property. But we'll see. We're kind of testing out these 2 incubators. So far, I'm super happy with this one, though. Just all the features, it's just really nice. So, good morning, Levi. So we're borrowing my dad's truck and a friend's trailer, and we're off to get the gate. Oh, thanks Mom for watching the kids too. We appreciate it. We'll be back as fast as we can.
So I had to replace the one that I bought because I bought it for a 2-inch pipe and this is not 2-inch pipe, so it wouldn't tighten up enough on there.
That one's too big.
So I bought some that are the right size. Should tighten up just fine on there. And we'll see what we can do here.
Yeah, so that's a very cool deal. Gave me some flowers to plant in our flower garden. It's called milkweed. I'm super excited because I planted a couple of them for her at her house. But milkweed should bring, I think, monarch butterflies. I think that's the kind of butterflies that are, but look at, they're already sprouting. Really cool. There's a big one in here, I'll show you. Alright, off to get more work done at home. I'm gonna plant the flowers my mom gave me. You wanna come closer? So we have tulips here and they pretty much die off in the summer. So I will be putting these flowers here. A little bit of this and that, so a little sporadic, but I wanted to explain a little bit more. The other day on our Facebook and Instagram accounts, I said that tomatoes need to be planted deep, and I was just in a garden group that I'm in on Facebook, and the tomato looked really sad and they didn't know what was wrong, and I could tell that it needed to be planted like about this much deeper. So I want to go over that really quick because that's what I'm doing right now. I already did like my plants for my customer plants is what I'm calling them because I'm selling them, and I'll show you those right now. And I'm finishing up mine, and I thought, oh, I'll just do a quick, I'll show really quick. So, oh, I don't have any good examples of spindly tomatoes. I'll show you this tomatillo. Tomatillos are similar to tomatoes. I'm getting ready to do this one. This one's not as bad as this tomatillo. But see how you have like this much space? So look at this. From here down on that plant needs to be into the dirt. So this one, you can see that much space. I'm gonna dig this up gently and plant it into the ground deeper. And I'm gonna show you that in a minute. But I've done all these, and you can see that they're in the dirt, kind of barely poking out of the dirt. Because all of these little hairs, you see those little hairs on the tomato? Those will all become roots if you let them. That's what those little hairs are. So here's the ones I did. And they all of them were kind of poking up really high. So I just dug them down. Especially these ones. This one was like about this high, and I just dug it up, dug a hole, and then put them in deeper, into the pot deeper. It didn't hurt the tomato, it didn't do anything to the roots, I just dug them up and planted them a little bit deeper. So you can see this one has a lot of good roots. But we can plant this plant into the ground about right here. Now not all plants are like this, but tomatillos and tomatoes you can do this with. Peppers, I don't do this with peppers. I plant peppers at the base. Okay, so I'm going to dig a hole here and I'm going to show you what I've done. Okay, I dug a hole with this cute tiny shovel from Amazon. Like that. Now we're going to take the plant and put it down in the hole as deep as you can. Okay, and then fill in the dirt, and then we're going to pour more dirt over it. So I've taken this plant down a couple inches by doing this. You can see. Now I've taken the soil line up to these two beginning leaves. These aren't the true leaves, these are the first leaves it ever had. But I get that soil line right up there. And when I plant these out in the garden, I will trim. So they'll be taller, but I'll trim off the bottom leaves and I'll plant them deep, like as deep as these bottom leaves right here. It's very good to plant them as deep as you can because look at that. Now I've just given it had like this much space for its roots. Now I've given it this much space for its roots to grow. So that's the reason why, and I hope this tip was helpful. And we're going to be making some homemade macaroni on this video. It's my day 1 of no eating out. So far we've done good. I'm all finished with that. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Just planting them deeper, even when they're little tiny. Plant them as deep as you can for tomatoes and tomatillos. This will also help when you plant them outside when it's a windy day, especially if you're planting them and the wind just takes over. Some of these are getting pretty tall. I'm excited. I'll show you the pepper plant that I pruned first. It has now 4 branches. I'm trying to decide if I want to trim these. I think I'm going to Google that tonight, if I should prune it a second time. If anybody wants to chime in the comments on that, let me know. They just do so well once you prune them. They get so much thicker and so much growth. I'll show you the ones we pruned together on this channel like a week ago. Look at that. Look at all that new growth. It's doing amazing. It's about time to prune these guys now. I put the date on there. So I trimmed it on 4/22. And that's all the growth we've got. It is May 1st. So 8 days ago, a little over a week ago. Doing great. That one looks good back there too. This one's not growing as fast, but like I told you before, I have a lot of different types of peppers growing this year. So that's a large jalapeno, is growing a little slower. This is a Japanese pepper back here. And this one that I showed you is Paseo Bajo, which is for Mexican cooking, I believe. Anyway, pretty excited. Everything's doing well. I've gone back and forth on if I wanted to film the cooking part of this challenge of cooking from scratch in May, and I'm gonna go ahead and film. This isn't like a how to cook tutorial. This is more like a documentation that I'm doing it and showing you the recipes I'm using and showing showing the ingredients I use and if they last all month, kind of just for fun to see if it's working. But I will show you what ingredients I'm using, and the recipes I'm using are all from this book. New cookbook, Better Homes and Garden. It was my mom's, and she was cleaning out her house, and she just gave it to me. So that's what I am doing. I'm not sure if Ryan's going to be in this part of the video. He said he wanted to help cook, so if he pops on the video, then that's why. If not, then that's cool too. But I'm not exactly sure what he wants to do yet. So for now, I'm just going to start. So for the first night I planned, well, first I'll tell you what we ate today. We ate oatmeal in the morning. We had baked potatoes for lunch. Ryan had a chicken salad sandwich. It was pretty much leftovers. We had potatoes on Thursday and we had chicken salad yesterday. So we did not go out to eat today, and we did go to Tractor Supply and buy stuff for our fence, but we already knew we were going to be doing that, so I'm not really counting that because it's not groceries, it's not this challenge. This challenge is not going grocery shopping for the whole month, which I'm excited to see if I planned and prepared enough. Tonight we are having macaroni and cheese. Now there's one thing I'm leaving out of the recipe. It says a medium tomato sliced. And there was a couple reasons I did it. I'm being a tomato snob. I just want to wait for my own tomatoes in my own garden. And my kids don't like tomatoes very much. It's funny because I love to grow tomatoes. But that was one reason I left that out, was because my kids don't really like it, and I want to just wait until I have tomatoes from my own garden. The ingredients for this recipe are elbow macaroni and cheese. I have a package that I need to use up first, and then I'll open this box. And then it calls for 3 tablespoons of butter and 1/4 a cup of finely chopped onion. Hi, Levi. Then flour, which I have down here. I'm not gonna lift. We have our flour in a big bucket. I just noticed my hair is looking pretty crazy.
Cheese.
Salt and pepper.
Cheese.
2 cups of milk.
Cheese.
Stop! You're gonna knock my phone down. Get down. Cheese. This recipe is one of the recipes that called for cubed American cheese. And like I said in my previous video, I couldn't find it. It's one of the recipes that called for cubed American cheese. And like I said in my previous video, I couldn't find American cheese anywhere. So I am going with mild cheddar for this recipe. It is just the Lucerne brand. I love mild cheddar. And then, like I said, the other thing, it says a medium tomato slice, and you're supposed to just lay it on top. And I just left the tomato out for this recipe. Alrighty. I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 and start cooking the macaroni according to the package directions. That's what it says. Thought you were gonna chop the onion in half like that. And I was like, I don't think our viewers should see that.
She has no faith in my cooking skills.
It's just because this was my challenge, but he wants to cook too, so I'm glad. I don't know why y'all are having that. All right, I'm going to be fancy and use our kitchen scale to measure out at least 6 ounces of macaroni. Okay, so it's zeroed out. Hope it's making ounces. That's pretty cool. 2.7 ounces. Whoa, stop. That's 5.5. 6.2. Let's take some out. There we go. 6.0 ounces. That's what it says. And because it says cooked macaroni, I'm assuming it's uncooked when you measure it because it says cooked macaroni. Video
Of boiling water.
If everything got on fire.
There's so much water left.
I didn't know how much macaroni it was. 6 ounces sounded like a lot to me. Now that it's to a rolling boil, I'm gonna put my timer to 7 minutes for al dente. New plan, we're gonna double the recipe because it calls for a 1 1/2 quart baking dish, but our dish is 3 quarts. So this is Ryan's plan all along. So in the middle, we're gonna double this recipe. So we're gonna do everything we just did, but not double. Ryan's getting a little ambitious over here. I gotta show you what he's working on. Do it.
What? What's that?
Brownies.
Mmm. I'm gonna eat it.
So how is not eating out so far? Not bad.
I haven't had a brownie yet.
We don't get brownies at McDonald's. It looks so yummy. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm going to show you one last thing on this video and then I'll say goodbye. The last thing I want to show you is our eggs. We got 6 eggs today, so we are not starting them in the incubator tonight. We're going to try and get 4 more eggs so that we can have a total. We needed 10 more eggs to have a completely full incubator, which is 56 eggs. But I am just so happy that the chickens laid so many eggs this week because I started collecting last Sunday. I did grab a few that looked fresh from our baskets, but for the most part, these eggs were laid this week, and I have dates on all of them. I just turned them. I thought about showing you how I turned them the last time because they have to sit on top of each other. I have a mark on one side, so they were this way earlier. Now I've turned them this way for the night. So you can see over here, these were before 425, and the reason we're checking dates is because I want to see if eggs older than 7 days, if it affects infertility. If it affects fertility. And I think that it really does because I've read that it does, and also last year I had a poor hatch rate. So these ones are all before 425, but they were within those couple days, so like 424, 423. Now, on 425 is when I started collecting the eggs. So you can see 426, 426, 427, 428 and 29. Then I have 430 and then 51. These were all laid today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The temperature has been staying in between 55 and 60 degrees in here. It's been wonderful. That is the perfect temperature for them to be. And tomorrow, I'll set them. And then they should hatch in 21 days. Our meal planning went great for today, so I'm feeling really good about that. And the kids liked it for the most part. Levi was upset that there were onions in there. Why would anyone want to put onions in macaroni and cheese? And I kind of just prepared them because we're going to be trying a lot of different recipes this month. And I don't think some of them are going to be very happy for some of those things. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. We had a wonderful day. We got our gate up. I'm feeling great about our fence and our gate. So this video is going to be called Fencing Adventures Part 3, I believe. So thank you for joining with us on this journey, and that we got our fence up. We are trying to cook from scratch. We're trying to do a lot of things and hatching eggs, and we're just happy that you're following along, watching. Thank you for everyone who has liked our videos, who subscribed, and who is sharing our videos on social media. We appreciate it. I will talk to you later, and I hope you're having a great weekend. Bye!